But if you like to experiment, one advice: save it for public holidays. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ebony here. Today I'm basically going to be applying my makeup for the next video that I'm going to film after this one, right? And while I apply my makeup, I'm just going to chit chat with you guys and share a couple of things that I feel that new naturals or beginner naturals should know. Yeah, so let's just jump right into it. First off, I'm going to prime my face. You guys know that makeup is not my forte, so whatever I give to you, just stick it like that. So all the products that I'll be using are in the description box, so you can check them out. They're mostly drugstore products, so nothing too fancy. I'm just gonna rub this in. I need both hands. So when I prime my face, I like to focus on my T-zone because that's where I get oily the most. Alright, going in with foundation. This brush is from Real Technique and I'm using the Glam's Creamy Matte Foundation in the shade Coffee Bean, code number 254. So I'm just gonna So speaking of a couple things that beginner naturals need to know, the first thing is that natural hair is not painful, right? Always remember this, natural hair is not painful. If it hurts, it just means that you're doing something wrong, you're not doing something right. That's what I feel, so yeah, keep that in mind. Number two, hair retention is far more important than hair growth, if you know what I mean. So hair retention is basically how much hair you are able to retain after the hair has grown out, because it doesn't make sense for your hair to just keep growing and growing and growing, and then when you look at it, there's nothing to show for it because you lose all of the hair to breakage or, mismanagement or over manipulation of your hair strands. So yes, you are better off figuring out techniques that would help you to retain the length you already have as opposed to chasing more length. So it's basically the case of a bird at hand is worth two in the bush, but in this case a bird at hand is the very bird, not in the for bush. Have I mentioned that my makeup technique is really quick because it's nothing too fancy? Just cover all my insecurities and move. Now I'm going to do my brows. That's the only thing that feels like a process. And the third thing on my list is that when you moisturize your hair at any point at all in your natural hair journey, whether you're a beginner or you've been in the game for quite some time, right? The first thing that should go to your hair is water. Water is like the basic moisturizer, like that's the base of all moisturization techniques. So going with water first, because if your hair feels dry and you decide to go on and apply some oil to your hair in the place of water, Oils are generally sealants. So what that oil will do is that it's basically just going to seal in the dryness that you're already experiencing. And that's not good for you or your hair. So when your hair is dry and you feel the need to moisturize, first thing you should do is get some water and spritz that into your hair. I feel like I should have done my brows off camera. It's just one hell of a process. You just need to fill in the tail part and I'm done. So next thing would be to conceal. Guys, let me just get my brows out of the way before we continue because I can't really talk when I'm doing my brows. So that's all for my brows, and let's move to the next thing. I'm highlighting with the same Toffee shade Elegant concealer that I used for my brows. Guys, sorry if this mirror is blocking my face. So number 4, shrinkage. When I first went natural, that was like the first hardest thing for me to get accustomed with, because I was just always mad at the fact that my hair was grown and every time I try to show it off, it just shrinks and looks like it's CWE. But over time, I found out that shrinkage is just one of the properties of healthy hair, and that's elasticity. So if your hair shrinks, chances are you've got some healthy strands, girl. So don't complain, don't sweat it, just embrace it. Like the good book of natural hair says, embrace your shrinkage. Number 5, detangling your hair is very necessary, especially if you have type 4 hair. Detangling your hair is a necessity. Don't let finger detangling fool you, right? Finger detangling is, I'm not against it, but I feel like, sorry I'm sounding weird. I feel like it's not a holistic approach to detangling type 4 hair especially. Because when you only finger detangle, over time you still notice that, oh, you have single strand knots. And the areas where you have these knots are areas that become a lot more prone to breakage. So detangle your hair properly. So if finger detangling is something you subscribe to, of course, go ahead, finger detangle. But then don't forget that you still need your wide tooth comb and your Denman brushes and your tangle teasers to make sure that everything is properly taken care of, right? Right, so let me just finish my concealer. So I'm just about to contour, and I'm going to be using the Black Opal True Color Pore Perfecting Powder Foundation, and this is the shade Ebony Brown. But because of how it is shaped, I'll be applying with this. So I'll just take the product with this and go on and apply. Guys, don't laugh. So, where did we stop? Number 5, I think. Okay, so for number 6, when it comes to watching YouTube videos for inspiration, I would say feel free to watch your faves, like watch all of your favorite YouTubers who have natural hair. But the truth is, when it comes to mimicking techniques and maybe hairstyle, you really want to stick with the YouTubers who have similar hair textures to yours. You guys always see those memes that go around with captions like the YouTube video versus my results, that kind of thing. So if you consistently watch people who have different textures from you, trust me, you always be confused because you always feel like you're either not doing something right or they're not telling you everything you need to know. Whereas it's not you. The truth is, many times, it's not that they're not telling you what they do, and it's not that you're not following with the steps they've given you. It's just that your texture is really different from theirs and you can't get the same results. Like, that's just the truth. Watch your faves, but when it comes to stealing tricks, techniques, and stuff, stick to the people who have similar textures to you. Number 7, this one. Like, literally everyone I know who went natural, like almost at the same time I did, experienced it. And that's having naysayers in your corner. You know, the people who tell you, oh, this doesn't look good. Why do you have to wear your hair like this? When are you going to make your hair? Won't you relax it? It's grown, blah, blah. Trust me. At the time your hair starts flourishing, they'll come to you for tips. I'm sure you don't expect me to tell you what you should say to them. So I'm just pushing that product into my skin. So I'm just going to set the concealer with this setting powder and this sponge. Guess who sets her eyebrows too? Isn't me, I'm mad. Because my eyebrows can get very oily and sweaty and it's just embarrassing sometimes. So I set it too. So this look is coming together. Almost done, almost there. Okay, so after I've applied this, I usually just go on and apply eyeshadows so that whatever powder I have underneath here can catch the eyeshadow. If it so happens that there's a fallout, so I have little or nothing to worry about. So number 8, in this natural hair thing, right, there's an airplane passing, so let me just hold on. So I'm going to apply this as an eyeshadow base so that my eyeshadow has something to stick to because I don't have an actual eyeshadow base. So back to our discussion. At any point in your natural hair journey that you find a product that works for you, please don't leave it. Stick to it like glue. And you really shouldn't beat yourself up if someone recommends a product and it doesn't work for you. Honestly, it just means it doesn't work for you, and you should experiment more until you find something that actually works for you. So I'm going to go in with this sleek palette. I'm using the shade Noir to smoke out that red. Sounding all fancy. To complete the eyeshadow look, I'm just going to highlight my inner corner with this shade right here. So I'm going to take the same shade and put just a tiny bit to highlight my brow bones. I like the way Edimome does this brow bone thing. Like, just looks so perfect on her. Whew. After that, I'm going to go back with the same blending brush that I used the first time and just blend everything. I'm going to line my waterline and apply mascara, and that will be all for my eyes. I'm really the last person in this world that will sharpen a pencil before lining my eyes. Like, see how it's almost like a crayon. I'm gonna apply mascara. I do have false lashes, but I don't know how to wear them. Every time I've tried to wear them, it was the closest I ever came to going blind. So I don't even bother anymore. How long does it take you to apply your everyday makeup? Just go to the comments and tell me. And come back to the video. Let me just dust this off and get back to our gist. So I'm just pressing this in so it stays in place. My brows look a little ruffled from all of the blending and powdering, so let me just brush it a bit. Yes! Where did we stop? Stopped at number 8 to number 9. Over time, I've come to realize that natural hair care, grooming, styling, everything exhausts a lot of people, and it's quite understandable. Trust me, like, taking care of natural hair is not a walk in the park. Right? I'm not going to say, oh, it's difficult, but to be very honest, it's not the easiest thing to do. To solve that, basically just create a consistent hair routine that works for you. Literally, like, you're better off doing it that way. Especially if you find that you're a very busy person, it's just going to save you time, money, resources, energy. Trust me. And bad hair days too. It will save you all of these things. But if you like to experiment, one advice: save it for public holidays. Don't go experimenting on new hairstyles on a Monday morning when you have a 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. meeting. You're going to show up looking so confused and disorganized. You're not even going to like yourself in the meeting. So yeah, just my 2 cents. Highlighting now. After highlighting, I just like to take setting powder and just go over my entire face. The last step to my makeup routine, my lips. Just going to line it. Then I'm going to go in with my favorite nude lipstick. This is from Classic and it's in the shade Nude Girl. And my favorite nude gloss from Glam's. It's in the shade Sparkling Nude. Love those products a lot. I already moisturized my lips before I started filming, so I'm just going to go straight on to apply these. I'm using the pad of my fingers to just push this in and blend it with the lip liner. I didn't apply any lipstick to my upper lip. My upper lip is naturally dark, so most times if I'm going for a natural look, I like to leave it as is, because that's what it would look like on a normal day if I didn't have makeup on. So I'm going in with the lip gloss. Let's go into tap, 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 tap. And then light smack. Guys, we're done. On that note, let me just share the final tip that I have here, and it is patience. Be patient with your hair, because everything takes time to yield results. So if you keep doing lens checks every day, touching your hair every day to know if it's growing, you're going to exhaust yourself. I'm talking from experience. Just let it be. If you feel that you can't stop yourself from always looking at your hair, checking your length and all, getting a protective style might help. So braid, twist, anything. Just do something that takes your attention away from your hair. That'll be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed my mini makeup application process. This is literally what I do every day. My makeup routine is really chill, really simple, nothing too crazy. So bye guys, I'll see you in my next video.